I am now at L'Euphorie, the restaurant on Boulevard Pierre Bertrand that is only about breakfast and about eggs as well. I'm meeting the owner, Mr. Arthur Jonca. Nice to meet you, Mr. Jonca.
Nice to meet you, Sarah. Welcome to L'Euphorie.
Thank you very much. Mr. Jonca, your restaurant, your concept, which is a breakfast-only concept, was created in 1996, and you were the first one in Quebec City. We've heard about many other concepts. We're not going to name anyone, but you really were the first. How did you get the idea?
All started in 1996. I was teaching at that time, and I always had a passion for food, for breakfast, and for good food. So I had an idea that breakfast should be the same as another meal. So we decided to create a breakfast concept
that would give the importance
to the breakfast. Yeah.
And there is a story about you, something that started even before the concept, even before 1996. It all started in Blanc-Sablon. That's where you're from.
Exact. I'm originated from Blanc-Sablon on the lower North Shore, not far from Labrador and Newfoundland.
A little village?
A little village, about 1,000 people. And my parents used to...
they own a bed and breakfast.
They own a bed and breakfast, and my mother was cooking for them. So now and then, when I was younger, I helped her to prepare the meals, the breakfast, especially the fish that she was serving to the clients, to the tourists. And that's how began my passion for the food, and especially for the breakfast.
And not only the food and the breakfast, you really had and still have a passion for the people, the contact, the relationship with the clients.
The main thing when I create like a breakfast, I always think about the clients. What would they like different?
Yeah.
And I am a creative guy, and when I create like a breakfast or another meal, I want that the clients says, "Wow, I never thought about it. How do you give life to a nice breakfast like this? How do you how do you serve the eggs?"
Yes.
You have 1,000 ways to serve the eggs.
For you, breakfast is not a simple thing.
No.
Breakfast is not only eggs, bacon, toast, and potatoes.
No,
You're way above that.
Way above them. Especially we mix it with like ducks, chicken, lots of fruit, usually with special pastry.
Yes.
Brioche or...
Well, that's the French influence, no? Isn't it?
Yes.
Because my next question was, do you think that the breakfast is a tendency that,
really?
that belongs to Quebecers, or let's say to North Americans? Do you see a tendency?
Really, Quebecers, because I've been traveling like to New York, Toronto, or Vancouver, all about these places. I went to the best breakfast place in these big towns. I really recognize that the difference in Quebec, in Montreal, the breakfast is really, really different. People love to eat breakfast.
We respect
breakfast. Yeah.
I remember traveling to Spain. I was in Madrid, and I had trouble finding a great place to have breakfast.
Even in Vancouver.
They didn't seem to have that culture. Of course, they had a lot of things. They had the meat, but just to get something healthy or to get some fruit, it wasn't part of the culture. So I really feel that the concept of a great breakfast and an amazing menu related to breakfast is something that we created.
Exactly. And when we had our restaurant in Old Quebec, lots of tourists, it was the first time that they came in the restaurant, it was, wow, we never eat that before. And they was coming back, they've been there like for 3-4 days. Every day they was coming back to the same place to eat the breakfast, something different. And even then, when they were going to their place back home, they were sending us postal cards, saying that they appreciate the breakfast or the meal at the restaurant. It is really, really nice for them.
Let's talk about the eggs.
Eggs.
Without an egg, you don't exist.
No.
Let's say it.
Uh-huh.
It's all about the eggs. How can you be creative from an egg? Because you had to invent recipes. You had to go, again, above what we already knew.
There's so many products that we could manage with eggs now. That's especially these days. We have like even in our menu we have like 15, not 15, but eight kind of omelets. We have like 150 choices of breakfast. But each plate you could offer the eggs like an healthy eggs. You could have like American eggs. You could have like
There's so many ways to
European
prepare eggs.
so many ways that you could serve the eggs. So it depends on your imagination.
Monsieur Jonca, you're not a chef yourself. Still, you were a teacher. You are used to the contact. You are a businessman. How did you become a restoration specialist? Because now you know a lot about the business. You've been in the business for over 7 years?
Over 17 years.
17 years, wow.
I had this passion when I was really, really young, and inside of me, I'm a patient guy for everything that I do, and all my employees, I try to make them feel like me when they serve like a plate. Everything must be like really respected for the clients. This is my way to see the breakfast.
You like the business, you love your menu, and then you serve the people.
I love my clients that would be really glad what we eat.
You opened a restaurant here on Pierre Bertrand.
Yeah.
We have to talk about the location because there are a lot of shops, businesses. There's a huge shopping center nearby that is the Galerie de la Capitale. But if we go back to 1996, Pierre Bertrand wasn't the Pierre Bertrand that we're having today.
So when we decided to open a restaurant in 1996 on this Pierre Bertrand Boulevard, people was telling me that you're really crazy. This is not a business place. There's nothing around.
And especially for a breakfast restaurant.
So let me know. Let me go. Let me try it. I have an idea. I know what I want to do. So we decided to open a breakfast specialty, Euphorie 1996. And now all over the place on the Boulevard Pierre Bertrand, we have like a few more restaurants like joined us, and it's really good for the clients. It's good for us. So it's like a main street for really, really good restaurant in Quebec City.
Can you say that, do you think that your customers changed through the years?
Really?
Yes?
Yes. I saw the evolution of the customers since the beginning, and therefore there's some clients that have been there like 1996, and I still saw them on the weekend. It comes there really, really often.
That's a great reward for
you.
you.
Reward, and they told me that everything that we do is like for the breakfast. Every now and then we change the menu and we upgraded the menu and the new plates. They're really recognized.
They appreciate.
I appreciate that.
Let's talk about the other formula, because of course here there is l'Euphorie. We are today talking about l'Euphorie, but there's also the Steak Frites and Company.
Yeah, we serve the breakfast until 3 o'clock every day, but on the weekend it's only breakfast. But on the weekdays, if you want to eat like you could have lunch and breakfast between 11 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you come to eat at the l'Euphorie, you can have the breakfast menu and the lunch menu also. So you could mix both of the menus together.
So for lunchtime, you are actually meeting the menu of the
Exactly.
Steak Frites and Company. So you can add some meat, for example,
Exactly.
to the breakfast menu. And then in the evening, it becomes the Steak Frites and Company.
Exactly.
And it's a bring your own wine restaurant. And it's also the case for l'Euphorie.
Exactly.
We're going to talk about it later on, but still, you can have, for example, a bottle of bubbles with your brunch.
Sure.
Why not?
Why not?
I just can't wait to discover the menu. Thank you very much, Monsieur Jonca.
Merci beaucoup.